Board. Welcome to Strong Marriage, where people see Jesus in you and in your relationship. I'm so glad that you can join us again, especially after all of that nonsense with the Wi Fi and then the attempts to get on with the special guests. But the devil is a lie. And I am here with the beautiful Coach Hollins. Not going to get me. I'm here with Coach Hollins. And if you're wondering why is Tenisha talking like that, it's because Tenisha had COVID, and this is like my first day, kind of like back. And so I just told Coach Hollins, I was like, I'm good. I haven't been coughing. I'm out walking. I'm having a good time, but maybe that walk was a little much. And of course, when I went live, I started to cough. So excuse me as I try to swallow extra and stay hydrated during this interview. But there's going to be some great information shared today. And I thought it was very important that I have her to come on. Now, you can see the beautiful woman on the screen, maybe to your left or my right. But I'm so excited to have her with us today. I was made aware of her existence on a different group focused on marriage, of course, with my good friend Jay. And saw her, heard her talk, and I said, hey, she is the lady who I would love to have come to our group and give us some tips. Especially, I know some men are in this group. We are so glad to have you men, but we know who really runs the world and who runs the households. It is the Ruby Wives. And for all of you who are in the group and you say, well, I'm not a wife yet, you need to be in this session as well. Why? Because you never know what the enemy is going to throw at you, and you want to be prepared. And I know for a fact, I'm sure you as well, the viewer, knows of a marriage that has dealt with infidelity. And maybe that image or that couple that you saw, maybe they didn't handle it correctly, or maybe they did. But today we want to bring you information to make sure that you can help those around you as well as yourself. So I wanted to tell you just a little bit. I was going to do all that stuff, but I'm going to let her tell us a little bit about herself so that I can stop talking and get some water, and then you can get into the business of getting the information. So, Coach Hollins, could you please give us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what made you go into this area?
Awesome sauce. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I do appreciate you so much. I don't take it lightly when someone invites me into their community and their family. So I appreciate you. So yes, I'm Arrettres Hollins. I'm an infidelity recovery specialist. I help wives heal, accelerate the healing from infidelity, eliminate those recurring thoughts. Um, eliminate the triggers and the effect and impact that they have on their life, and experience more clarity as they restore their marriage. I've been doing this for a couple years now. Honestly, I've been plagued by the pain of infidelity from watching my mom and my dad, and the relationships that my dad had after her. So, and there were so many women that God just kept connecting me with women who experienced infidelity, and I was always trying to help them overcome and help them deal with the pain and just help them really um, not turn their back on God and
Mhm.
still experience the fullness of everything that God has for them while restoring their marriage. Time out for being married 50 years, but y'all can't stand each other. You know,
Right.
y'all don't want to be in the same room. You can't, you don't want him looking at you, touching you or nothing. Time out for that.
Yes.
I believe you should be in a marriage that thrives, where you're excited to see each other.
Yes.
Um, and also time out for suffering in silence. I do not believe women should be sitting there just rotting and unable to figure out how to actually experience love and happiness after infidelity. They think that that's the end all be all, but it's the end all be all because we make it that way sometimes. Not condoning it, not saying it's okay. But what I am saying is there's nothing under the sun that's too hard for God to repair and restore. If he can raise Lazarus from the dead, then and have the dry bones stand up like an army, then there's nothing too hard for God. Wasn't David wrestling lions and tigers and bears and slaying them? I mean, so why in the world? Look, Jesus raised himself from the dead. Like,
Right.
why are we sitting here saying, okay, no, this is too hard for God? People have been healed from cancer. People, tumors, there are so many miracles that God has performed time and time again. But then when we get to marriage, we want to stop and say, oh no, this is too much and we have to stop now. Like, there's nothing
Right.
too hard for God. That doesn't mean
There's
it's easy.
nothing. That is amazing. I'm so glad to meet a fellow believer, and especially one who's an advocate for a thriving marriage, as you said. It's nothing for, well, I'm not going to say it's nothing for boy to meets girl, because I have a list of people who I am praying for to meet the boy or the girl. But it is easier when after you've met and you two form this relationship, and then you're infatuated with each other, and then when something happens like this after the marriage, you think everything is gone. But God is an all things new God. So just like for us, he made us new creatures, new creation, not a new person. Nothing on the outside is new, but he made us new on the inside. And we forget that God can do things in every area of our lives. And if he can make our spirit 100% brand new, he can also make your marriage 100% brand new. So I love that. I love connecting with you. I've had a couple of ladies come to me after finding out that their husband has stepped out on them. And besides the pain that they were feeling, they experience so many emotions and they don't know exactly what to do. What is one of the first things you would tell a client who comes to you